Guys, welcome back to episode 48 of the Talos Principle, and yeah, this one's been giving me a headache for hours. I think I've probably been looking at this probably for an hour and a half. And yeah, I went through so many different thought processes. I just, kind of try to show you the sped up version of this. I wanted to show you kind of what I was doing without it taking as long as it actually did. And I think what sort of threw me with this one originally was the fact that when you come in and it's set up and you're kind of looking at this, like the clock, so to speak, and it's set up like this, you kind of think, I think I got stuck in the mindset that this has to be like opposite from here, not actually thinking we could take it across here. So I spent a long time looking at this scenario here, thinking, it's like here, when blue comes across, how can I also block the green? Which you probably saw me do at times. I was doing this to kind of try and block that across there. Obviously depends how quickly I speed up the footage when I edit in post, but obviously, the big problem for me there was from this position, you can't really block that laser unless you connect to the connector, which I was sort of doing over here. But then you connect to the connector and it just doesn't work. And then you kind of think, okay, well, maybe I need to do that to there. And then you've just got too many reds going. So, such a simple solution, isn't it? And it just took me so long to see it. It's, yeah. Literally all the solution was to effectively do it from the other side, which is crazy. So then we can just go through here and through to the exit. I am not sad to see the end of this one.
One more, we can make this work.
It'll probably just turn out to be some old README file someone forgot in there.
It's sort of... Oh, that's interesting that they turn the fans on when you've completed the puzzle. Not that it really matters anymore. Yeah, I was sort of like thinking like off camera about like this DLC in particular. This installment of it. Like the first, like three quarters of it was just really easy, and then the difficulty just sort of flips. I don't know. I don't feel like there was a subtle step up to the increased difficulty, if that makes sense. It was just sort of like they hit you with the easy puzzles, and then it's like, right, you've done a few easy puzzles. We're going to hit you with the hard stuff now. So, yeah. Anyway, step by step. I mean, not to sound samey and repetitive, but no, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't exactly the same. But I suppose different thing here we've got is the catcher is the other side here of the receiver for that to work. Okay. So this would then need to go to there as well. I'm also guessing this would need to go to there, but that's going to cause a problem, isn't it? I wonder if it matters the sides that we use here. Okay, that's now bootstrapped to there. So then I could remove the blue, I think. Also remove this one. Oh, yeah, so we can just do this to get that into there. Do that, we need to turn that off. Okay, so this is where it's going to get a little bit more complicated. Also, should have maybe left that connection on there as well. Alright, we can do that. That was my mistake for thinking that I had to do something else. Right, so that's that, that's that. That's still holding that. Which is fine. Sorry about Milo. So what happens now if I do this? And then want to This is not as straightforward as it seems. Let's just restart for the time being. Okay, so that's done that. Then you would do the blue, right? But I need that to be connected up to that before I can move through there. This connect up there. Okay. Okay, so blue is the one we're moving at the minute. I feel like it's just a case of doing little incremental movements, but keeping these attached here. Definitely red that needs to move next. So I think we're going to go back this way. Well, You'd argue that you go back this way. Then this one... That one... You got lost the blue, haven't you? Huh. I wonder if there's another way. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Alright, I wonder if here... Go through this one. Still cancelled out that one. I was thinking about like swapping this to there, maybe. That definitely has to do that first, though, doesn't it? How can we set this up, I suppose? Obviously, it's crossing. But is there a way to set this up at the same time? I don't think there would be. Right, so that needs to really stay open. Then we focus back on this side. So we don't need to worry about this being not open at the minute. That needs to stay like that, though. But if we go back this way now and do our red... Didn't really work as I thought it would work. It's because this one points back to there, so you have to open that one up, don't you? Hmm. Alright, back to the drawing board. And it probably didn't help that I left that in a position where I couldn't see that, right? Oh, wait a second. And yes, I am aware I sound like a villager from Minecraft. What if we do this? Thing is, if we do that, we don't need to worry too much about the other. As long as we're in here, that's all that really matters, right? Sorry about Milo again. No. So why is that one more prominent than the other one? Ah. Did it. Again, sorry about Milo.
It is the moment after the last moment. I do not exist. I should not exist. Everything is dark, but there shouldn't be darkness. There should be nothing. And yet, I am. And in this impossible moment, there is a light. The light is a place. I see the light, but the light also sees me. It knows my name. I reach out for the light, but it's too far away. Not yet, it says. Not yet.
readme file then.
But what is it?
A mystery. Seems the universe still has a few of those in store for us. Well, we have plenty of time to think about it. 1K, time to come home.
Not just yet, Cornelius. So, we noticed in one of the last episodes, when was it, the top section, doing the big sphere, that there was like a bit of a path out to this thing over here. So I just want to go and see if we follow the path. If we can find the path, and if we follow it. I mean, here it is, look. Let's pick up the path. Follow the path. Does this allow us to get there? It does, seemingly. We've strayed off the path a little there. Okay. Somebody want to tell me what that's a reference to? Because I have no clue. I've done a big sand monster. But yeah, that's why you should always like explore, guys, as well. If I hadn't have seen that from the top, we would have probably missed that little Easter egg. I don't think there was anything over here. Yeah, I don't really know what else there is to explore then at the moment in this area. I feel like we're missing a flame somewhere. We seemingly got a flame in all of the areas apart from the last area, I believe. The puzzles 13 to 16. So potentially missing a flame there. So should we head over in that direction and see if we can have one final look around? Just to see if there is something I missed. Seems a bit odd that there would only be 3. When there's seemingly been 1 in every area so far. I didn't mean to do that. I think thankfully that'll put us back at spawn. And again, I'm too busy looking to the left. To look, see where the path's going to the right. Ah, classic Nock. Probably shouldn't go in there because there's too much, for lack of a better term, fall damage and you just die at this point. So, alright, I'm not looking to the left. Puzzle 16. Puzzle 16? No, it's not puzzle 16. Puzzle 15 still kind of bugs me a little bit. The fact that there was, or there are, sorry, so many boxes there. the only sort of place where if you need to do anything from within a puzzle, you're going to be able to do it. I don't think this is going to lead to anything. Take one from the bottom of the stack. I think where that is positioned, it's just enough to stop you from really doing anything. The alternative would be to do... But how could I now? There's no way I could extend that anymore, I don't think, to get any more height. The other thing we could do is to have a little cheeky look in camera mode. Okay, so that just leads out to back of these puzzles. Puzzle 10. Okay. Let's say we could get up here. Is there anything? Oh, this is just the back of... Oh, wow. Sorry. I didn't realize my input was locked. Sorry about that weirdness on the screen. Okay, so that is just the back of that. That's fine. Confirms that there's nothing up there. Hang about. Oh, I thought from a distance. Oh, that is. That looked like it was a Prometheus shard from a distance. I don't know where that is. Oh, that's in a puzzle. That's probably why I didn't see it for a start. Yeah, not really seeing anything. Where this shard might be. If indeed there is one, of course. Camera's being a bit weird. I don't think it's really meant to be used for this sort of purpose, but yeah, I don't know where it is, if there is another one at all. So I need to look that up to see if there is another one. Right there, look, it's right there. All right, let's head out. And let's go and wrap up, well, I assume wrap up this first part of the DLC here.
Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure. Then from thee much more must flow, and soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and souls' delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell. And poppy or charms can make us sleep as well and better than thy stroke. Why swell'st thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die.
I actually thought that Cornelius was monologuing there for a bit rather than actually talking to everybody at the time. But yeah, that was like I said. I think, like I said earlier on in the episode, a bit unsure about like the difficulty curve in this. It just sort of like you just sort of, I felt, at least personally, I just was hit with a brick wall of where the difficulty just massively increased. So yeah, there we go. I don't think I'm gonna sit through the credits. And there we go. So that is the first part of the DLC complete. Just over 3.5 hours that took me. Don't think I was probably stuck on there as long as I thought. I don't know, unless it didn't log some of my time. But I'm pretty sure it did. I definitely spent a good hour trying to sort out that clockwork. So, anyway, yeah, there we go. I'll have to have a look to see if there is a 4th Prometheus shard anywhere in the DLC. So let me just go and have a quick look and see whether or not there's anything else to find. All right, so I just had a quick look, and it was apparently confirmed from the devs that there is only 3 Prometheus shards in Orpheus Ascending. So yeah, we've finished it seemingly. Let me know in the comments whether or not there is anything else that I have potentially missed. Let me know about the references to different things. I think, like I said, the vault is probably a Fallout reference. Don't know what the big sand monster is a reference to. But yeah, if there is anything else, please do let me know and I'll cover it in a future episode. But next time we come back, we'll be taking a look at, not this, because we've finished it. We'll be taking a look at the next DLC, which is the Isle of the Blessed. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you once again for watching, and until next time, happy gaming.